Hi Sacred Souls, welcome to my channel Sacred Intuition 111 and welcome to part 3. Yep, because I ended up having to pause in between. Anyway, hi Taurus. So, we are going to see what is blocking your connection with the person on your mind, in your heart, in your soul. At the end of this message, I'm going to give you an affirmation that you can drop down in the comment section to claim this message. But feel free to do whatever you like. But any comment helps also with my channel. And it just helps that other people who resonate with this message find it in the algorithm. But let's get right into it. For Taurus, let's see the overall energy. What is dominating? What is blocking? Okay, main person. So there might be, that's intriguing. You might be blocking this if you identify as the feminine energy. Or if there's no other card that wants to come out. It could be... Well, it could be literally a female person. But okay, let's see, one more. And a long journey. Okay, so yeah, and negative thoughts. Okay, so that makes actually sense because for me as a reader, as I identify more with the feminine energy, for me, my collective is often also the feminine energy and embodying it. That means any female cards are considered the feminine and the male cards are considered the masculine. Doesn't have anything to do with gender, just so that you know why I read it the way I read it. So, okay. Maybe the months of August and June and February might be very significant here. Maybe even the month of October. Nope. And maybe April. Okay. And I'm getting May. Okay. How many more months? Okay. So what is blocking this connection? It's not about critiquing or anything. It is about understanding. So I get two messages coming through for you, Taurus. Either you as the feminine energy are blocking this because you are too hung up on timelines. Like how long something is taking for it to actually show up in the 3D for you. No critique. It's just what happens, especially with high soulmate connections, twin flames, etc., whatever label you want to put on it, if you even want to put a label on it. I suggest not to do that because no matter what, you'll know if you have a soul connection to someone. I'm not sure why I'm guided to talk about this, but there's a difference. For instance, in my life, I know that I have a very deep soul connection, which is quite, very intense and also has its challenges. And then I have other connections that are quite harmonious, but where I know that our souls are not tethered, yet I would be able to have like a harmonious soulmate bond with this person, but it's not a connection in itself. Anyway, so, but what I'm picking up here is definitely a soul connection, a sacred soul connection, okay? Now flipping this, I actually lost my train of thought, and that is so interesting because just when I wanted to tap into the masculine energy, this is a person who also gets like very lost in their own thoughts. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a person who's an overthinker or someone who loves to analyze things. I don't think this is someone who expresses that necessarily. And this person is thinking that it's making them sad that is taking so long to get to you. So in that case, you two are actually mirroring each other. While you are hung up on how long something is taking to progress, to take root, to change, etc. This person is also in their thoughts, and they are also picking up that you are thinking that it's taking them too long. So they're picking up on your impatience, no judgment. And I think they're also judging themselves, to be fair. That's what I'm picking up. Okay, let's see. Taurus. Give us some cards, like the main person. Yeah. Oh, wow. The house. Okay. It's the stability. It's the foundation. Okay. Maybe you are also very focused as the feminine energy right now in building your own stability, finding your own, like, safe zone. And I wouldn't be surprised, because it's the number 4, that the feminine energy is actually stepping very much into their masculine energy, like where it's needed. Yeah, and getting also clarity as to where the feminine energy wants to invest their time and energy and what deserves their stability. But what I'm also getting is that the masculine energy is actually now understanding with who they see a stable foundation with and with who they want to build it. But they know that it's going to take a long way, like a long time. I'm hearing specifically to return. Now, for others of you, I didn't pick this up before, but it could also be that there is another, like a third party with who this person is living with. Wow, and I had to yawn. And the message that I got was that the masculine energy is actually getting tired of that situation and has gotten the clarity on it as well. Oh, wow. What about the long way? It's a long road to love. Yeah. And they know that they have to make the decision to come forward with the Rider and the decision card, the pathways card. Well, and it's really confirming what I picked up right away. Okay, negative thoughts. How about the negative thoughts? What? Yeah. And that also makes perfect sense, because the ship talks about, now hold it, hold it, hold it. Something taking a long time. Yeah. But it is moving in the direction of the heart and the house. And this person is returning. This person is returning from a rough sea. They're returning home. They're returning to their harbor. But the negative thought is how long it is taking. And the ship also talks about our dreams and our longing, where we want to go. Yeah. And what is also destined, but also the cross can be a burden. Because obviously it would be so much easier. And now I'm yawning again. It's like it's exhausting. And I'm not tired. I wasn't tired. That is wild. It's like really, like, this journey has been so tiring for both of you. Like, literally. Yet you both, technically, yeah, this long journey is in between the two of you, but it's also connecting you, right? Huh. That is so wild. Like, Okay, I'm hearing from my spirit guides, speak out what you just thought. It could be that the masculine energy might be in Aries or Pisces, while the feminine energy might be in Aquarius and Pisces. Doesn't have to be. Or Gemini, Cancer for the masculine energy. Okay. And I'm also getting Taurus for the feminine energy, which is funny, right? Why am I saying this? Because the second house is the house of Taurus. And the sixth house is Virgo, isn't it? Oh, wait, then it's also Virgo and it's Gemini. Yeah, I said that already. Okay, anyway, so that is actually already very enlightening, if you ask me. And, oh, wow. Oh, wow. So many cards just fell. Look at this. This is also this long, like it's the staircase. And it's like a long winding road up. It's an uphill battle, but the light is on, like it's being guided, but we will see. What are the additional messages? You cannot make this up. Honestly, Taurus, I think you're the first reading where I pick up a very strong sacred soul connection, like a literally twin flame connection. I'm not saying that the other zodiacs don't deal with it, but with you, I pick it up super strongly. Look, and it's the feminine energy again. And the feminine energy most definitely is divinely protected, but this whole thing, no way, you cannot make this up. You got to be kidding me. You got the freaking snail under the long journey. This is really progressing slowly, but it's coming in, okay? It's going to be tempered because 59 reduces to 14, which is temperance. So Sagittarian energy might be also relevant here. Aries energy maybe. Number 5 is the Hierophant. It's a very slow-moving process, but it seems to me, Taurus, that what is blocking your connection is something that was actually written in your contract. It was meant to be this long. This is wild. No way. And this scales. Why it's taking this long is because something needs to be balanced out. And it seems like there are some karmic things that just take longer to balance out. And that's not because you are not doing the right thing, or your person is not doing the right thing, or nothing at all, or whatever thoughts might pop up. But it's meant, it is all part of the journey. Very intriguing message. Okay, how about one last addition? Whoop. That was a funny one. No way. And the poison. But here I'm getting the story of the white and the black wolf. It is about, one is the antidote and one is the poison, right? And it's also like a lesson to learn as to what you're giving your power to. Because especially the masculine energy, they have to make this decision. And are they going to wallow in their pride and their negative thinking, or are they actually freaking boarding that boat and are sailing towards where they actually want to be, or they keep just indulge in the nagging thoughts and just sitting and not doing anything, right? And this is what is so poisonous, and this is also what is taking so long, because obviously it's super draining, right? Yeah. It's about mastering the mind. That's what I'm getting. Okay, very intriguing. One like an overall message, what has been blocking this connection. And I'm gonna do it like this, and then gonna spread it. Yeah. Now I'm hearing spread love, not hate. And that's a very clear one. I want this one. Crown chakra, the 3 monkeys. And it talks about the letter, the relationship, no, and her thoughts. Can you make this up? And it's the crown chakra. I think there was only one zodiac sign where it wasn't the crown chakra that came out. Or maybe 2. But yeah, okay. Oh, wow. No wonder it took a long time. Because basically, the person on your mind, in your heart, in your soul, doesn't want to hear anything about a partnership, okay? They don't want to hear it, they don't want to see it, they don't want to talk about it. They don't want to know your truth, your true thoughts or feelings, because then that would require them to actually be open and authentic towards you. And that is something that they have been denying. Oh my God. This is such past energy, because obviously now they're so deep in their thoughts. This person, and this is why it took so long, and this is what the karmic balance, this is why it is so slow. Because this person tried to push this away, okay? Because they were unsure what they wanted with you, from you. And this is why they didn't want to think about it. So they pushed you away in this connection. They tried to ban it out of their mind. Well, were they successful? Let me laugh out loud. Yeah, right. No, they weren't. Yeah. Because basically they try to run from those thought patterns as to how do you see everything, like how do you view them. They literally try to suppress all these thoughts, all these emotions. And this is why they took to ghost you or preferred silence and whatsoever. Oh my God, that is wild. You know what's written here? It says, this is why they are staying silent, and only you can break through to them once it does not matter to you anymore. What they think, what they feel. Close the door, and all of a sudden this person wants to talk. Let me guess, Taurus, that's exactly what you did, didn't you? You walked away. You focused on your own foundation. You told yourself, you know what? Rejection is God's protection, because you clearly did feel rejected by this person. And they might have even downright rejected you, because obviously they didn't want to face anything here. Now that's intriguing. Okay, just one more clarifying card with the secret key cards. What's like showing up? There it is. Ooh. 2 cards. You're the first one with 2 cards. Okay. You're also the first one where I'm picking up there might be also some black magic at play. Okay. We got the Tower of Ascension and we got the Tarot Reader. Okay. So, and this talks about like recognition, while this one talks about receiving answers through a tarot reader or the work with oracle cards. How is this coming in? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Well, this person focused so much in like, I don't hear anything, I don't see anything, I don't speak anything, right? So they focused on the material world. They focused on their success, okay? While you most likely actually turned towards tarot. That is so interesting. One of you is so super 3D, while the other one is so 5D. You can be also like pretty much opposites to one another, like literally. It's so wild. How do you say this? Like arrogance only becomes happens before the fall, or arrogance takes the fall. This person acted from such an egoic place, and I feel like if they haven't already, but I kind of feel like they already did, and this is why they're in their negative thoughts now. This person had a Tower moment. Someone ripped their hands away from the ears and their eyes. Maybe not yet from their mouth. This is why they haven't communicated yet. But this person cannot unsee the signs that they're seeing. And for some of you, this person actually got a tarot reader to tell them. And this is what gave them a super wake-up call. Because all of a sudden, everything started to make sense to them. It's like crazy. Wow. Okay. I'm intrigued. I would like to know, what is the lesson? What is the lesson that you had to learn? Purpose. Okay. It's about finding your purpose. I know what I'm here to do, like that you realize what you're meant to be doing and change. Wow. Taurus, that's so funny, and failure and freedom and self-esteem. I'm telling you, perseverance. Okay. I'm not going to put them down on the table, but I'm going to tell you exactly what this is about. So the lesson that you're learning is that you both together, but also individually, your purpose is to create change, okay? That you are the movement that is required. And by this, I'm not saying to reach out to this person. No, you create the change within yourself. By being 100% your authentic self. By focusing on yourself, you created this change. You created that this person could no longer actually be trapped in whatever illusion that they built for themselves that was comfortable, their comfort zone. And I honestly believe, Taurus, for you, it was also not easy. It's not, it wasn't easy. And I wouldn't be surprised if you really struggled as to, okay, what is my purpose? Like what is going on? Why are things not working out? And maybe you tried to brush something under the table, like swipe something under the table. How do you call this? Anyway, but what was the lesson here as well with the failure, the freedom, the self-esteem, and the perseverance is that only because something didn't work out the way you expected it to work out, that whatever was perceived as failure, that you actually are freeing yourself. Because what seemed as a 3D failure, it actually gave you room to grow your own happiness and to be free of any limiting beliefs. And this individually actually brought you into your self-esteem, your self-respect era. Because this failure basically only directed you back onto your path that you might have strayed from. And you learned how to persevere. You persevered. And that is something that is so important for your purpose of change. that is the lesson that not only you, but also the person that you're connected to with has learned. That is interesting, okay? And get ready to be envied by others. Okay. Yeah, nothing can grow or evolve without movement, without change, literally. Okay, what does Taurus need to know? Daughter of Swords in the reverse. Why did it come in the reverse? Okay, that's funny. Your spirit guides, Taurus, are actually quite funny. They said, less spying, more planting. So, no matter how long the silence lasts, you are actually meant to invest. And as you invest, and it might take time, it's your message, Taurus, is very much about time. It is going to grow, it's going to ascend, right? And that is going to lead you into the Chariot energy, which is leading you out of the Nine of Swords, of the stuck energy, okay? Yeah, right. Okay, that is wild. I literally wanted to know about the masculine energy here. So, got these cards. Okay, I'm gonna put it like this because I'm gonna explain it. Okay, so this masculine energy is now manifesting to move ahead, right? And choose to enlighten. Yet, after they kind of manifest to move ahead, it still feels stuck a little bit, Taurus. And I'm sorry to say this, so it requires more patience. Because this person has to really find their own light. Interesting, I said fight. Maybe they were fighting their own light. Because they were too comfortable being in the shadows, okay? That's what I'm getting very strongly here. But the sun is the happiest and strongest card, not only in Lenormand, but also in I almost said Taurus, in, how do you say it? In tarot, okay? Now, what I find a bit weird is that the Fool is in the reverse and the Nine of Swords is in the reverse. What I got was this fear of this new beginning, this leap of faith. This is where someone is kind of stepping out of. Yet this person is still kind of mentally entrapped. And that is also going to take a little bit more time. But with the Sun, it does talk about that this person is going to find the strength because it is being illuminated. Yeah, okay, someone is stepping into their authenticity. Why the Fool in the reverse? The Tower. Because someone... Yeah, it makes perfect sense. Okay, because someone held on to something and tried that a tower wouldn't fall for them, okay? So they clung onto it and tried to keep a faulty foundation alive, which is super annoying, I know, but that's just... Oh. And it's the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. The Tower and the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. They thought, now that's interesting, they thought that, and that's tying in with this message, they thought by releasing the hold on this connection that it would prevent the tower from falling. And that, of course, led to them not going towards the new beginning. But it also force them into healing, into rest. They couldn't escape it. Why the Nine of Swords in the reverse? Yeah, because this is ending out. Like this negative thinking pattern. Yeah, this mental entrapment and the Seven of Cups and the illusion. This is ending out. Okay, that's perfect. All right. That is also already quite promising, which I like. What is currently still blocking this? Because is currently still blocking this. Okay. Too attached. This is so interesting because it literally said here, close the door and let go. And that is going to be the moment that this person is going to come forward and wants to talk. Because right now, you two are too attached to a certain outcome. It says, give your partner some breathing room. Being too needy drives them away. I'm not getting the neediness part right here. What I'm getting is being too attached to an outcome or too attached to a lifestyle. I feel like for you, Taurus, it's more about being too attached to how this is playing out or being too attached on the timing, how and when and yeah, whatever, how it should turn out, right? Well, this person has been, well, maybe they also have to get rid of this stupid, sorry, I have to say this. I'm not calling your person stupid, but they do have some stupid tendencies, like in thinking and behaving. For some reason, they thought, and don't get triggered by this, that you were too needy. But you were never too needy, to be fair, Taurus. I don't pick that up. Because for you, I get a very stable energy. You just knew what you wanted and you communicated it. And this person just couldn't show up for it. Yeah, because that person was freaking confused. And this is why they were not committed, okay? Always chasing or being chased, you must be willing to commit to one person. And that person wasn't willing to do that. They didn't want to hear, they didn't want to see, and they didn't want to speak. And these are three factors how a relationship, a connection falls apart. You don't know what you want, so you need clarity before you get involved. Let this person, and that was what's blocking this, get the clarity. And this is also your affirmation. They are gaining clarity. They are gaining clarity. Or another affirmation for you, Taurus, would be, I detach with love. I detach with love. I detach with love and trust. Okay? Because what is meant for you will not pass you by. That's a 100% message for you. Okay? I'm going to leave it right here because there's nothing else that wants to come through. And I think this is beautiful as it is. Okay? Sending you all the very best, Taurus. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more messages. And I'm not sure I'm going to do this more for the zodiacs. But I'm going to do it this style reading as to, okay, what's blocking or what do we need to know, and then exploring it with different decks. Alrighty, until next time, take care. Bye-bye. Hi, lovely Gemini. This is for all Geminis and cross watchers, Sun, Moon, Rising. Okay. And let's get into your message. I'm going to shuffle on camera. At the end of this message, I'm going to drop an affirmation for you. And yeah, I'm a Gemini myself, at least my sun sign, and my Mercury sign is in Gemini. So let's get into this. I saw a portal. Okay. All right. We are going to check out what is blocking this connection. Okay. But first of all, we're going to get an overall energy, and I will choose the additional decks as I see fit and as the energy comes out. Okay. Okay, their thoughts and the judgment. Well, but it's also justice. Oh, and the death. It's a court order. Wow. The overall energy is that this person is clearly thinking about you, Gemini, and how they judged you and how this caused an ending. That's what they're thinking about. And they want to come forward and do the honors. Okay, that's getting intriguing. All right. Okay, we're going to explore it. Gemini. And I got a very hungry feeling all of a sudden. So this person might be hungry for you. I'm just going to take a quick sip from this drink that I got here. Okay. Close the lid. Okay. Oh, and it doesn't work. Someone really tried to close the lid on this connection. But, and as I now am finishing it, because I just decided to, they couldn't get enough of you. And that is something that really has caught them in their thoughts. How they judged you and how they caused this ending. How they caused this tower moment. Bonkers. How they closed out the cycle and retreated. And now it's being illuminated and they're getting the clarity. I'm hearing the realization was a tough pill to swallow for this person because they didn't expect this to come. Okay. All right. What's blocking this? The inner guidance. Also, maybe this person was influenced by external sources. So family, friends, co-workers. Because it also talks about gossip. How about their thoughts? Yep. This person thinks about lack and loss, okay? Fears. This person is in the head that they have already lost you, okay? They have lost you because they created this distance, this block between you, okay? They are fearful that they cannot overcome this mountain that they created out of a freaking molehill. Something that could have been overcome, but they build it up to such a big disaster that literally they created a mountain out of a molehill. Okay. How about this judgment call? Nah. They know it was false. And they want to reverse it. And I leave the fox. I really want to keep the fox in the reverse. They know now that they were just scared. It was like a self-protection mode. And that it was the false judgment call that they made. They know. They know, and they now want the peace. They want to have like, and this is why I was so guided to also call this justice. Before they passed negative judgment on this connection and on you, Gemini, but now they actually want to heal this and bring justice into the situation, bring peace and harmony. Now that is interesting. Uh-huh. Now I'm hearing Talking to the Moon by Bruno Mars. Maybe the last full moon eclipse was very significant. It definitely healed and grew something. They intuitively know that they have to transform. They desire to transform it, and yet they are fearful that it's already done and dusted. Okay. I'm gonna put this down. Let's see. Additional messages. How about their thoughts and the mice? Well, technically it's a mouse. They're not two mice. Yeah. All of a sudden, they got the clarity and the wisdom as to what they were afraid of. All of a sudden, they are realizing what they could lose and what they're about to lose if they're not doing anything. They realize the loss of you. They realize how much they backstabbed you. Okay. How about this judgment call? I mean, basically the fox in the reverse. They want to play new tune. Okay. That judgment call that they made, this negative judgment call in this connection, was because they were trying to play an old tune. And they didn't want to close that out. And they were unwilling to change the tune. Honestly, maybe music is very relevant for your connection. Maybe the 6th of April is also very relevant. Maybe the 2nd of May or the 5th of February or the 4th of June. The 2nd of March, the 3rd of February, the 1st of April or the 4th of January. The 23rd of a month, 14th, 5th, 7th, or 10th. Okay. There's the portal. No way, and it's the masculine. So interesting. If you have any signs in Taurus, I think, Gemini, you should check out the message from Taurus just before. You might have even watched it. Because there we also got the woman card once more. Well, now we have the man card. They know that it's on them to walk through that portal. That portal is open. I'm telling you, this full moon eclipse, it opened up a portal. Maybe did you do a full moon eclipse ritual? Did you say something like, I surrender or I let go of what no longer serves me? If you did, this caused a major transformation here. This person had a light bulb moment because of that. I do forget to put it here. Yeah, to pack up this baggage. Wow, union. Following the map. Following this guidance. Bridging. Towards the woman. Can you make this up? Time is ticking. Maybe life path 1 and 4 might be very significant. Don't have to be. Maybe life path 5. Maybe life path 11. That's a very rare one. I have no idea why I'm grabbing straight tarot, but let's clarify this. What does... Someone is truly exhausted by a tower moment that hit them. And it's a realization about a Queen of Pentacles as well. Yeah. Realizing that the Page of Cups is spilled. Like, that cup is spilled. Someone's realizing that they have to fight for it in order to make a way. Okay. Clearly someone wants to heal. Yeah, someone wants to heal this 10 of Swords. No, 10 of Wands. No way. The Queen of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. Maybe there was a competition between... Maybe the Queen of Pentacles was someone else. Because Queen of Swords is air sign energy, while Queen of Pentacles is earth energy. And that's so funny because I talked about... Oh, wow. And in Taurus reading, it was only hinted at that there might be another person, a third party involved. But that person, just to recap it, but you can watch it, feel free, that this person has grown very tired of that situation, if there is such a thing. Someone is clearly seeing and releasing that. And there was competition between those two in some shape or form, even unbeknownst to you. No way. It wasn't even outside competition. It was also mental conflict inside of this person. But this person wants to put the burdens down and they want to heal. Okay. What else does Gemini need to know? The Wheel of Fortune is turning. But I don't like that the Hanged Man is there. Everything is leading up to the Ace of Pentacles because it's like two pathways that ran parallel to one another are going to intersect. It's not quite yet because someone still needs to have a change of perspective. Even though I kind of feel like they did, it is still... For the first time, actually being guided to read in the guidebook for the Hanged Man. And I just open up to the Three of Wands. How funny. Wait, where is it? Okay, and the Chariot and Justice. The Hanged Man. Okay, many people talk about the art of letting go. But what does it really mean? How do you achieve it? The Hanged Man has all the answers. He's the master of non-attachment. This card implies there is a sacrifice or a difficult or painful situation coming up in your life. Though you naturally want to resist and struggle through it, be more like the Hanged Man. Find stillness, open your eyes, and use this new perspective to learn something. You are stuck here either way. Oh, wow. That is beautiful. Okay, that changes it. With whatever kickstarted this Wheel of Fortune, this person opened their eyes. And this is how your two paths are going to align again. And I'm hearing again. For this solid offer to come in, to take action with the Queen of Wands. Wait, let me see the Wheel of Fortune. Whether day or night, the wheel of fortune is always in motion. Some call it fate, others destiny. It's possible to go for months or years without feeling its presence. So it might have been months or years for you, Gemini, for this connection to have feeling stuck. It's but when this card appears, the eye of the wheel is fixed upon you. Don't be surprised if there's a change of course heading your way. Something you'd least expect. Whatever happens to you during this time, know that it is bringing you closer to your life's purpose. Holy smack. And that just reminds me, I'm not guided to take any more tarot cards. I'm going to put this over there. This is beautiful. This is... Okay. Third take. Wow, maybe you're dealing with a Taurus. That might be the interference for you, Gemini, because I just said that you should maybe check out your, especially when I said purpose with the Wheel of Fortune, to check out the Taurus reading, okay? And then I was guided to pull these cards. Now, unfortunately, you don't see how they came out, but those three came out in a chunk. The only first card that we saw was imagination. So the message here, Gemini, is so clear. It was about you finding peace with the changes in your life. And this is why I do think that you should feel guided, or you shouldn't feel, but maybe you'll feel guided to watch the Taurus message. I think you're the first sign where I'm literally saying that you should go watch a different message. But maybe you also have Taurus in your placements, whatever it might be the case. Or you know that your person might be dealing with a Taurus. I don't know, right? So it also says, I'm a being of love and I release all negative energy. And I literally said, didn't I tell you, Gemini, or ask you whether you did like a release during this full moon eclipse? Did you? Because if you did, this restored also peace within yourself. It was about finding peace within yourself, okay? In general. And it's also being, I'm learning that endings are merely beginnings. I wouldn't be surprised with imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. That you actually were sparked to create. Whatever this might be. It will be different for each and every single one of you. How you're creating. You might be creating by doing something that we traditionally consider as creative. Or you could be creating by simply just being part of a community, okay? Whew, all right. I'm bummed out that this is yeah, my storage was full. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Okay. What else? You know what? I do feel guided for some reason to actually get a message card for this from this person. What is it that... Well, as if you wouldn't have thought that already. I can't stop thinking about you. I'm seeing the synchronicities. It's driving me insane. And I do believe that they tried to ignore this before. Now, what's this? I look at my phone every day, hoping I would see a message from you. Yeah. And this is how they know they messed up. I'm telling you. Yeah. They might have also been dealing with abandonment issues. Let's see, because it doesn't seem like completely resolved yet, and the blockages. What is blocking here? Oh, okay. So maybe one of you... Yeah, you're either obsessed with someone or struggling with addiction. Get help. So this person most likely, yeah, use certain substances or people, things, actions, whatever, in order to kind of drown you out of their system. Yeah. And once again, I'm telling you, you should definitely check out Taurus message. And that also makes me believe that you most definitely are also dealing with a sacred connection. Let me move this a little bit. Okay, settling. Don't stay with someone who isn't right for you just because it's safe. Yeah. If you know there is a third party, oh, and my throat chakra just closed up. That's wild. Believe me, this person only, and that is very much what we picked up here. Whoever, or maybe even if it's like not even a committed relationship, that is someone who feels safe for them because they're not someone who's challenging the status quo. This person that they are with or they're spending time with, it could be also friends or family or like a job situation. It doesn't have to be romantic, but I do pick up for some of you it might be. They just stay or keep this person close because they feed their comfort zone. Yeah, and you didn't, Gemini. You didn't, because you actually showed up authentically and you basically forced them to be authentic. And that was something that this person clearly was not comfortable with. And this is why they went into this self-protection stealth mode. Stealth mode? That doesn't make sense in this case, but okay. And maybe before, you were also very single focused on this person, right? Kind of addicted to how this connection could play out. I pick up more a past energy, but if you know this is a present energy that you're still struggling with, then it is about like creating this peace within yourself and also accepting, okay, that's what I said, which obviously wasn't recorded. But it's like with learning that endings are merely beginnings, learning that this connection had to end in that moment in time for it to be able to transform, for there to be a new beginning for you, Gemini. But also for this person. This person also had to transform to have a new beginning, because the way how it was, it wasn't working for either of you, okay? And maybe you were so ready to settle because you saw the potential, Gemini, but we are not dating potential. We are dating, we are dating people who show up for us, or we surround ourselves with people who show up for us, whether family or friends or lovers, okay? And this person, most definitely, I'm telling you, for most of you, it's not even a marriage or a deeply committed relationship. This person was engaging in superficial relationships, flings whatsoever, because it felt safe, okay? Now, what was blocking or might still be blocking this connection? Now, that's a bit weird. How am I gonna do this? But yeah. Is it this one or is it this one? Yeah, wait, I'm gonna take both. Just put it together. It's very hard to put together. And I think this is also something that this person is realizing, that it's going to be very hard to put it together. Because they're a coward. Great. No way. No way. Oh, how? Okay. This is why I was guided to tell you to check out the Taurus reading. That is the card that I pulled for Taurus. There is no way that I could have known where this card is. The three monkeys. This person didn't want to hear you. They didn't want to see you. And they didn't want to talk to you. This person chose silence. They chose the easy way out. Why? Because if they would have listened to your perspective, if they would have opened up their feelings, that would have meant that they actually would have to change. That they would actually have to have that conversation with you. Okay? So they clearly didn't even want to engage in this. And for some reason, I knew it deep in my soul that this is a card that also resonates with Gemini. Yeah, I guess I was correct. Okay, So basically, they didn't want to hear about anything like a committed relationship. That was not their thing. Yeah. It's like, I'm like getting like, yeah, like nonchalant, like, oh, well, I can't be bothered energy. Kind of annoying, but okay. He doesn't, it says he, but well, they do not want to know your true feelings or thoughts, because that would force them to have an open and authentic conversation with you. And that is something they're rejecting internally. As long as they don't know what they want from you, they do not want to think about you or how you think about the whole thing, like the whole connection, and what you might think of them. And you know what? This is a self-worth issue. Okay? This is an abandonment wound. To this person, I feel like they rejected you, but you know what? They have a rejection wound. This is why they chose silence. That only you can break through when you do not care any longer. Once you do not care anymore what they think and how they feel, and when you close that door, all of a sudden, they want to talk. Being replaced. The person on your mind, in your heart, and your soul knows that they have to make that next step towards you. Because they know that otherwise they're going to lose you to another person. Because you are running out of patience. Oh, wow. Honestly, Taurus should also cross-watch Gemini. But this person cannot get over their own shadow. Like they can't get over themselves. Because they are fearful. And they have massive doubts if they could be enough for you. Because they know how many nerves you already wasted on them. This person tends to stay in doing nothing until it's too late. And you actually letting them go. On the one hand, they would be very relieved. But on the other hand, they would be absolutely sad. The paradox is true. That is, oh my God, that is pissing me off. Sorry. Okay, one card from the secret key cards to sum this up. This is so annoying. The ritual. No way. And the creator hand. Those were the two cards that are also so for Taurus. This is so creepy, like honestly. And the gramophone. Nostalgia. Someone from your past returns. Memories, old projects. Like taking on old projects. This person is coming back, I'm telling you. They cannot stay away. There were repetitive cycles that you went through. And maybe you also forced or wanted to force certain outcomes. But it's the power of words. I'm telling you, you did a ritual. You did a ritual during the moon eclipse. Again, the power of words and wishes are manifesting. Letting go of entanglements. This is wild. The energy domes. Okay, Gemini, you know what? No. One more. There's one thing. Okay, Gemini, I have to... This is the card that fell out. Because you saw this, all right? It's twin flames. Your passion ignites. And I literally said to Taurus that I think that this is a twin flame connection. Those two messages are aligned. And I have to stop here. Bye. And don't forget to hit hit like and subscribe if you vibe. Oh my God, Gemini, this message is insane. What a doozy. Okay, So your affirmation, Gemini, is you find peace. I find peace in the endings because they bring new beginnings, okay? And I'm gonna leave it because that was a doozy and it has been like interrupted 4 to 5 times. Because the storage was full, and that is a message in itself. Something has to be put down for something new to begin.